Hello and welcome to Religious Studies at Bay House Sixth Form. My name's Andrea Ridley, and I would first of all like to say that you don't have to be religious to study religious studies. So listen carefully and you'll see the kind of things that we cover. For a lot of our students, this is a new course. They may not have studied religious education at all or taken it at GCSE, but they find it something interesting because they get to experience new names and ideas that they've never studied before. If you're someone who particularly enjoys discussion and debate, exploring different unusual ideas and asking questions about the world around us, like, does God exist? Is there any evidence of God's existence? Thinking about different religious approaches, but also ethics. How do we decide what's right and wrong? How do we make moral decisions when we're faced with dilemmas? Then you will enjoy religious studies. This course will aim to introduce you to the root of knowledge, exploring key thinkers' ideas throughout history, and actually philosophy, ethics and religion are interdisciplinary fields with direct relevance to many other subjects that you might study at A-level, the arts, the humanities, sciences and social sciences. We've had some great success in religious studies. This year, 82% of our students achieved A star to B and 100% achieved A star to C, and in the previous year, 71% achieved A star to B and 93% A star to C and 100% A star to E. So what will we actually study? Well, the course is made up of 3 main units. Each has equal weighting, so it's a third of your final A-level grade. Each topic, each unit is worth 33.3% and will be assessed by a 2-hour examination at the end of the course. So Unit 1 is Philosophy of Religion, and in that unit we'll be looking at the ancient philosophical influences of Aristotle and Plato. We might consider the nature of the soul, the mind, the body. We'll have some really good and interesting debates about whether or not God actually exists, and we'll also consider the nature of religious experiences and the challenge that we face in society with the problem of evil. Can you believe in God if we've got evil? How can God exist if evil takes place in the world? So all of those discussions are the type of discussions that we would be having in lessons. Unit 2 is Religion and Ethics, and this is an opportunity to consider a wide range of ethical theories and be able to apply them to moral dilemmas, contemporary issues such as euthanasia and business ethics. We'll consider things like, is it ever okay to kill somebody in our society? Can you justify it in relation to self-defense? And we'll apply different ethical approaches and evaluate each one and find out whether or not we consider them useful in helping us to resolve issues. We'll consider conscience. What is conscience? Where does conscience come from? Is it the voice of God within us, as some people may believe, or is it the influence of society around us? So we may consider Freud and his psychological theory about conscience being part of your upbringing. We'll also look at sexual ethics, and we'll consider issues of homosexuality, premarital sex, and whether or not religious approaches are useful to issues in contemporary society. Again, that topic will be assessed by a 2-hour examination. The final unit that we consider is Development in Christian Thought, and this unit links to both the philosophy and the ethics topics, and it enables us to develop our understanding in the light of Christianity. So we'll consider things like death and the afterlife. We'll consider Jesus Christ. Was Jesus the Son of God? Was he a political leader? Was he a rebel in his time? We'll examine the evidence to suggest those different theories. We'll consider Bonhoeffer, Christian moral action, a Christian priest who abandoned his pacifist stance to play a part in a bomb plot to assassinate Hitler. So we'll consider issues like that, as well as liberation theology, which is a controversial area of Christianity, looking at poverty. We'll also look at gender and secularism in the world and how that presents problems for Christianity. Why choose religious studies then? Why choose to study it in the first place? Well, religious studies is the study of the philosophy of religion. It's an opportunity to question life, the universe, and everything around us. Can we prove God exists? Was the world created or did it evolve? Is there life after death? You get the opportunity in religious studies to investigate and have your say about some of the most highly debated issues in the world today. As I said earlier, don't let the word religious put you off. This is a fascinating philosophy, theology and ethics course which focuses on some of the biggest questions that human beings can ask. Is there a God? Where did the universe come from? Why does God allow evil to exist? How do I decide what's right and wrong? What about abortion and euthanasia? Should there be rules about sex? Why do people believe the Bible? Are all faiths equally true? You don't have to be religious at all to realise that these questions are really important, and many of our students love thinking, debating and writing about issues such as these. So hopefully that has provided you some information about the Religious Studies course, and we look forward to seeing you if you choose to join us.